Assalamualaikum. Uh, Hello, my name is Muhammad Zakwan bin Azizul Zarin. Today I want to talk about one of the issues in the database that we need to learn. It is about 5 issues of big data. This is the 5 issues or challenges that we'll talk about in this topic about big data. The first one that we want to talk about was the lack of understanding. As we all know, all the issues, all the problem, first thing first, it will come from the understanding part. For the data itself, we talk about companies that have a lot of employees. He doesn't know what type or what stage that employees were. The first thing first that we were gonna ask was if they know what the data itself was, what type of data itself, the storage, what type of storage that the data will be stored, then the processing, how much cost, how much time that will take, and the importance of the data itself, how important the data, either the data was like sensitive data, common data, or uncommon data, and last but not least, the source where the data came from, it is safe, it is not safe, and so on. For the example that I will give, both these, uh, for like an employee, if he or she doesn't understand the importance of data, the risk of the of them to losing sensitive or important data will be very high. The chance will be very high. And the second one was the database itself will be not used to fulfill with full capabilities that the database can do. For instance, we can say that they will not know how to use the database. The second point was data growth issues. When we talk about data, we know that data was a set amount of huge, and most importantly, we talk about big data, so it's very huge amount of it. And the fact that we need to know about data itself, that the amount of it will increase rapidly day by day, week by week, month to month, and years by years. And we also need to know that there was a lot of type of data, which is that was unstructured that we talk about right now, and it's come from various types, such as a document, a video, and audios, text files, and other sources. And noted for this data, we talk the unstructured data itself can be found in database. The third part was confusion of tool selections. When we talk about the data, you need to know when it comes to data, there will be a data analysis. Also, when it comes to data, there will be data storage. And apparently, we will come out with tools. As for now, we know that there are no tools that are perfect, that was perfect, that complete, that have every each type needed that we need. Because all the tools have pros and cons based on the capabilities that the tools been created for, the tools want to fulfill. The second point was the problem that people made were because of the poor decisions and inappropriate selection of the tool itself, that at the end will come out with a result of money wasted, time wasted, effort wasted, or when this were the employees, working hour wasted, just like that. The fourth one, we'll talk about lack of professionals. As we know, the formula. When it comes with the data, there will be modern technologies, there will be big data tools, and at the end, it will come out with skilled data professional that will be needed. When we talk about the professional, there were three men that were put, which is data scientists, data analysis, and data engineers. Both three of these professionals were experienced in working with the tool itself and sense out of the huge data set. The problem that we could take and we could talk about data handling tools are evolved rapidly because of the data itself evolved. And apparently professionals itself doesn't evolve themselves. So we can say that even two from the three parts are evolving. Still the one part that was very, very important parts doesn't evolving, it will affect the whole part. And for the last point, we talk about data security. Security is one important thing that we talk. Everything is of daily, no matter what types, what things. And when we talk about security, we talk about the safeness of the data itself. And for now, we talk about the huge, a lot of set of data. But as we can see, for often nowadays companies they will prioritize in understanding, storing, and analyzing the data set for most of the time. And so at the end, this will push the data security for the later stage. Yes, uh, there will be 50-50% chance that will be happen which the company knows what will affect them in the future, and some company doesn't even know what will affect them in the future at all. So the important thing that we should take was these ways of conducting the data was very, very wrong and not smart move, because at the end it will become unprotected data, because even data being unprotected itself for like a little bit amount of time, it will cost the company like very, very lot of money. At the end, it will become a breeding grounds for any hackers to attack them. Right, that's all from me for today's. Thank you and have a nice day.